The stars died quietly. No sound, no flash, just darkness. At first, no one noticed. The galaxy was big, full of stars, planets, and endless noise. But then one system vanished. Then two. Then 10. No explosions, no distress signals. Just silence. The Galactic Council met in panic. Every major species was present. The Nayreth, with their floating brains, the cold-blooded Korthok, the shining crystal Valari. Even the war-loving Dravons. They argued, shouted, blamed each other. It must be a natural event, said one Valari. Maybe a chain of supernovas. No, snapped a Korthok general. This is not natural. Our ships vanish without warning. Colonies disappear like they were never there. An old Zith priest whispered from the shadows, "The silence has returned, just like before." No one listened to him, but the silence grew. Entire fleets sent to investigate never came back. Probes disappeared, communications broke down. Borders meant nothing now, so everyone feared the same thing. The silence was coming for them next. They called it the Black Silence. Some believed it was a weapon. Others thought it was a living force. No one knew for sure. All they knew was this it could not be stopped. The council sent their best scientists to study old ruins from dead civilizations. They searched for answers. And in one forgotten corner of the Var sector, they found it. A warning, etched into stone, written in blood, left behind by a race that vanished millions of years ago. The stars will scream, then fall, then fade. The silence is not death, is older than death. We tried to fight. We failed. We tried to run. It followed. And at the very bottom, 3 strange words repeated over and over. Don't trust Earth. The room went silent. Earth. That name hadn't been spoken in over 600 years. Humans were gone, erased by time and war. Their homeworld. Their colonies, everything had vanished in the last fire war. The council had declared them extinct. But now, here it was. A warning from the past? Perhaps Earth created the Black Silence? A young ambassador asked. Impossible, said a Draven warlord. Humans were weak, disorganized, and long dead. Then why does this warning mention them? The council didn't have answers. But fear had already taken root. While they debated, the silence came closer. It devoured a major star system in Sector 12 for habitable worlds. 8 billion lives gone in under 2 minutes. Not even a signal escaped. Now, everyone knew the galaxy was dying. Desperate, the council prepared evacuation plans. They built massive arcs to move their leaders to safer zones near the galactic core. Ships were told to avoid the edge regions. No one was allowed near the darkness. But then, something happened. A signal appeared. A single, pulsing transmission, ancient, rusty, filled with static, came from the very edge of the Black Silence, a dead zone where nothing should exist. And yet this signal repeated over and over. Earth Protocol Ignition Alpha. Respond. The room froze. What is that? Someone whispered. Translate it, barked the Draven warlord. The message repeated again, this time clearer. This is human warship, Aegis 9. Power core at 12%. Holding defensive position, awaiting Earth. Command. Protocol. Ignition Alpha. Respond. Shock hit the council like a wave. A human ship. Impossible, the Valari scientist said. There are no humans left. Then what is that ship doing at the edge of the silence? The council sent a stealth probe to investigate. It traveled for 5 days across broken stars and lifeless systems. Then it saw it. Floating in the dark, half buried in the shadows, was a massive warship. Old, rusted, burned, but alive. It had Earth markings on the hull. Its weapons were offline. Its engines flickered like dying embers, yet the ship remained. Watching Aegis-9, the probe moved closer. Its scanners picked up strange energy inside. Not just technology, but something else. Something. Then, the ship turned its guns toward the probe, not to fire, but to show it still had power. The lights on the hull lit up in red patterns like an ancient heartbeat. The probe sent one last message before vanishing. The human ship is still fighting. It stands alone against the silence. The council panicked again. Some wanted to destroy the ship immediately, so others begged to talk to it. Very few asked a dangerous question. What if humans knew about the silence long ago? Answer came. But one thing was clear. Earth may be gone, but its fire was not. And now, the silence had met its first obstacle. The galaxy had stopped breathing. The signal was real. The ship was real. A human warship still alive, floating at the edge of the black silence. It wasn't possible, but there it was. The council met. Again, this time no shouting, no arguments, just fear. This can't be, said the Valari tech chief. Humans are extinct. Then explain that signal, the Korthok general growled. That ship sent human code. Old Earth, military grade. Maybe it's a trap, said a nervous ambassador. Maybe the silence is using human data to lure us in, or maybe, the Draven warlord leaned forward. Maybe humans never died. The room fell silent. No one wanted to believe it. But the facts couldn't be ignored. The message had been broadcast using Earth's forgotten encryption. It wasn't a fake. It wasn't a mimic. It was old, true, and filled with something. Worse than anger - purpose. The warship Aegis 9 wasn't just floating. It was waiting. The council sent a scout ship fast, quiet, with no weapons showing. Its job: approach Aegis 9 and learn everything. Who sent the signal? Is it a human ship? And most important, is it a threat? 3 brave scouts went on board. A Sylar engineer, a Valari historian, and a Korthok soldier. They wore high shield suits, expecting radiation and decay. What they found was far worse. The warship was ancient, but not dead. Its systems ran on backup power. Walls were burned. Metal melted. Some halls had blast marks. Others looked clawed that the ship had fought something and had barely survived. As they moved deeper, they saw the human design: sharp corners, steel floors, red warning lights that still blinked after centuries. But there was more. The ship had changed. Some parts looked fused with black crystal. The walls pulsed, almost like they were breathing. This is not just a machine anymore, the Valari whispered. They reached the control room. A large chair sat at the center, surrounded by cracked screens. A human skeleton still sat there, wrapped in an old Earth Navy suit. Hands on the console, head down. But the ship was still awake. A low voice echoed through the chamber. It wasn't human, not fully, but it used human language. Slow, cold, sharp. Intruders detected. State your species. State your purpose. The scouts froze. We're from the Galactic Council, the Solari replied, shaking. We're here in peace. Silence. Then the voice returned. Council abandoned Earth. Council left us to die. Why are you here now? They tried to explain. That the war was long over, that no one knew humans survived, that the galaxy faced a new danger, the black silence. The voice didn't answer. Instead, showed them something. The screens came too. Life. Old videos played. Fuzzy, broken images of Earth's final days. Giant dark shapes in space. Stars vanishing. Ships burning. Earth calling for help. And the Council not answering. Earth fought alone, the voice said. We warned. You ignored. Now the silence comes for you too. The scouts stood frozen. The galaxy had always believed humans were reckless, emotional, chaotic. But what they had faced, no one could have survived that, and yet this ship had. The voice spoke again. I am Aegis 9, last of the Sentinel fleet. I carry Earth's final order. Protect the galaxy even from itself. Protocol Ignition Alpha is active, waiting for Earth's return. But Earth is gone, the Korthak soldier said. The lights dimmed, the screens went dark. Then Earth will rise again. Suddenly, alarms echoed through the ship. Red lights blinked faster. Outside. In the dead space around them, something moved the black silence. A small part of it had reached the ship, a shadow, empty, shapeless, but heavy. Like it pressed against the universe itself. The Korthak raised his weapon. The Siluri backed toward the wall. But the warship didn't flinch. Instead, it powered up. Old engines came to life. Energy shields blinked on. The entire ship shook as ancient cannons locked onto the black shape outside. "This thing's still combat-ready," the Valari gasped. The Aegis 9 spoke again, louder now. Silence detected. Defense mode activated. No retreat, no surrender. Ow. Waiting, it fired. Pure white beams of light tore through the dark shape. The shadow didn't scream. It didn't fight back. It just melted, gone. The scouts couldn't believe it. The warship had destroyed a part of the black. Silenced something no other fleet had done. "We must tell the council," the Solari said. The voice stopped them. "You may leave. But carry this warning. Earth's fire still burns. And if the silence wins, we burn with it." The scouts returned to their ship and left the war zone. Behind them, the Aegis 9 stayed still, watching the stars, waiting for a command that would never come, or so they thought. Because at that very moment, across the galaxy, a long-dead signal sparked to life in a hidden system no one remembered. Earth responded. Aegis 9 had been alone for a very long time. No help, no orders, no repair docks. Only darkness, but the warship had not shut down. It had not surrendered. It had changed. When the alien scout team returned to the Galactic Council, the news hit. Like thunder, the humans weren't all gone. One ship had survived, and worse, the ship had fought the black. Silence and lived. The council argued again. Some wanted to destroy Aegis 9 before it became a threat. Others believed it was the key to survival. No one could ignore the facts anymore. It had fought the silence long before anyone else. The council sent a new mission. Not scouts this time, but a full science vessel, guarded by elite escorts. They had one goal: understand how Aegis 9 survived, and what was inside it. The team boarded the warship carefully, but Aegis 9 did not fire it. Let them enter. The halls were dark and strange. Cold metal, glowing wires, broken screens. But the deeper they went, the more alive the ship felt. Walls pulsed softly. Lights blinked in strange patterns. Whispers, very faint, code through the corridors. They found control rooms filled with human bones. Officers who had stayed at their posts until death. There were no signs of panic. No signs of retreat. Just duty. One Valari scientist whispered, "They died with honor." But not everything inside was dead. As they walked past one sealed door, it opened on its own. The chamber was filled with strange machines, part metal, part crystal, part something else. At the center floated a black sphere, pulsing red like a heart. The ship spoke again. "Do not touch the core. It is bonded." "Bonded to what?" the lead scientist asked. The answer came slowly, like the ship was remembering. "To the last commander, his body is gone. His mind remains." Shock spread through the team. There's a human still alive in here, alive in thought, dead in body. He gave himself to the ship, so Earth could fight forever. They scanned the sphere. It was a mix of human tech and unknown energy. The scientists believed it had come from the edge of the silence itself, something humans had captured or stolen in their final war. "Why would anyone do this?" one asked. The ship showed them. A hidden chamber opened. Inside were old logs, audio, video, data, the last memories of Earth's war. The council team listened in silence. They saw Earth's skies turn black as the silence came, saw human cities fall, saw fleets vanish into the dark. The humans fought. Anyway, their last message to the galaxy had been ignored, so they changed. They built the Sentinel fleet ships that needed no crew. Ships powered by living minds and strange energy. Ships that could fight until the end of time. Aegis 9 was the last of them. The commander, Captain Elias Rain, had uploaded his thoughts into the ship's core. His voice played now, recorded centuries ago. We warned them. They didn't listen. Now the silence eats the stars, but we will not fade. We will fight where others run. We will burn where others hide. Earth stands, even if only in memory. The council team stood in silence. They had always seen humans as wild, short-lived creatures. Ah, but this was something else. Something terrifying, something noble. But the ship wasn't finished. It showed one more thing. A star map, huge, ancient, and full of red marks. The map tracked the silence, showed every system it had consumed, and at the edge, one system glowed unknown, hidden, protected by storms. The Aegis 9 spoke softly. Final order, wait for the signal, wait for Earth. The lead scientist looked up. Wait, you mean Earth still exists? Yes, the ship answered. Earth was never destroyed, only hidden. Gasps filled the room. That one word changed everything. Earth. Lived. Where is it? What system? The team asked. But Aegis 9 refused to answer. Coordinates locked. Only Command Corps may release them. Then who can give the order? Silence then. One last message from the captain's voice. If this ship is found, it means the silence still spreads, and if Earth does not respond, then I have failed. The scientists returned to their vessel, changed forever. Back at the council, fear turned into desperation. If Earth truly still lived, it might be the galaxy's only hope. But where was it? Who would wake it? And why had it stayed silent for so long? As the council argued once again, far across the galaxy, in that hidden system marked in red, forgotten, satellite lit up, buried deep under layers of fire, metal, and code. It finally received a message it had waited 600 years to hear. Aegis 9 has survived. Protocol Ignition Alpha confirmed. And beneath the storms of that secret world, Earth began to wake up. The galaxy held its breath. Aegis 9 had survived. It had destroyed a piece of the black silence. It had spoken of Earth, and now the unthinkable was confirmed. Earth still existed, but no one knew where. The Council sent probes across hundreds of sectors, scanning every corner of space. But the system shown in Aegis Aenea's map was shielded. By powerful storms, every signal bounced back. Every drone vanished. Only one thing was clear. Something didn't want to be found, but Earth was already awake. In the hidden system dark, cold and wrapped in electric storms, a great machine came to life. One by one, buried bunkers opened. Lights blinked, doors groaned, and deep under a cracked moon, massive hangars began to glow inside. Them stood warships, not one, not 10, thousands, lined up like silent giants. All of them gray, old, covered in dust and dried blood. But each one pulsed with quiet energy, like a heartbeat waiting for war. A signal spread across the hangars. Ignition. Alpha confirmed. Sentinel fleet standby. These ships were not ordinary. Each one had no crew, no bridge, no living pilots. They didn't need any. They had minds of their own, part AI, part human memory, part something else. They had been built at the end of Earth's final war, designed to carry on the fight forever. And they had waited. For this exact moment, at the center of the hidden system was a planet once called Sanctum 9. It had been Earth's last safe zone. Long ago, when the black silence came, Earth moved its remaining leaders, scientists, and warriors here. Then they erased all records. Even the Galactic Council had no idea the system existed, inside a mountain fortress. A sealed chamber opened. A pod hissed with steam. Lights flashed. And then a human man stepped out. Alive, he gasped, fell to one knee, then slowly stood, muscles tight. Eyes sharp, Commander Raildorn, last High Admiral of Earth's fleet, frozen in cryosleep for centuries. Now, awake. A robotic voice greeted him. Commander, Protocol Ignition Alpha is live. The Sentinel has survived. The silence grows. Blinked. Status. Earth forces at 43%. Energy cores recharging, AI mind stable, weapons 78% operational. He looked around. The chamber lit up, showing screens of the galaxy. Red zones spread across the stars. Places already lost to the silence, and at the edge one blinking. Blue light. Aegis-9, still fighting, still waiting. Rail clenched his fists. We warned them, they didn't listen, the AI responded. The galaxy remembers now. But it may be too late. Rail walked to the main console, placed his hand on the scanner. The system recognized him instantly. Command authority confirmed. Earth fleet online. Back at the Galactic Council, chaos was growing. Ships near the outer rims were being swallowed by the black silence. Nothing helped. Missiles, energy, beams, planetary shields, nothing slowed it down. And now, strange messages were being intercepted. Old Earth war codes, whispered warnings, ghost signals that said, Earth has returned. The Council had a choice. Try to make peace. To stop Earth before it grew stronger? Some wanted war. Others wanted alliance. But before they could decide, something happened that shocked them all. A fleet appeared. 30 ships. They came out of the storms in perfect formation. No communication, no demand. Just cold silence. The Council scrambled. Fighters to meet them. But the Earth ships didn't fire. Instead, they moved toward a dying colony world near the edge of the silence. The planet had sent a distress signal. Days earlier, then went silent. Everyone thought it was gone. But the Earth ships arrived. Just in time, and they burned the dark. They unleashed weapons no one had seen before: sunspears, shockwaves, black, plasma torpedoes. The silence shattered. Whatever had begun eating the colony ran. For the first time, the black silence retreated. The colony was saved. Not by the Council, not by science, but by Earth. After the battle, one Earth ship landed on the colony. Its hull opened slowly, steam rising. Soldiers raised their weapons, unsure what to expect, and then a man stepped out, human alive, wearing a long black coat with an old Earth emblem on his chest. It was Commander Rail Dorn. He looked at the alien soldiers and said, "You let the darkness grow. You turned away when Earth warned you. Now you want our help." No one spoke. He stepped closer. "You will get it. But Earth does not forget, and we don't take orders." He turned away and vanished back into his ship. The Earth fleet rose silently and disappeared into the storm once more. Whispers spread across the galaxy like fire. Earth had returned. With weapons, with warships, with fury, and deep in the Council's war room, someone finally said the words out loud. We didn't just abandon them, we made them angry. The galaxy was no longer quiet. It echoed with thunder. Not from storms, not from stars, but from Earth's return. Across the outer systems, Earth warships moved through space like steel, ghost silent, fast, and filled with fire. They didn't fly in straight lines. They danced. They vanished from sensors. They reappeared behind enemy fleets. No one had ever seen technology like this, not even the Council. And worst of all, they never asked for permission. 1 week after saving the colony, Earth's ships appeared again, this time above the planet Narraxis. -4. Narraxis was under siege. Black silence tendrils had wrapped around the planet like roots of a dark tree. The Council had already lost 2 fleets there. No one thought it could be saved, but the Earth fleet didn't stop. 37 ships, moving as one, red lights glowing. Across their hulls, inside those ships, no crews moved, no hands steered. Only the minds of ancient commanders fused with a wide watch through cameras, sensors, and memory. They had only one purpose: destroy the darkness. The Council tried to contact them. "This is High Admiral Velterith. Please identify," but Earth did not respond. Instead, they charged. The sky above Naraxes lit up. Beams of fire cut through the tendrils. Explosions ripped through the void. Earth's weapons didn't just damage the silence, they pushed it back. The Council ships backed away, stunned. Their strongest weapons had done nothing but. Earth's weapons tore holes in the shadows, and then something new happened. The silence screamed, not a sound, but a feeling, across every come line, into every mind nearby. A wave of pain, rage, hunger, and fear. For the first time in history, the black silence was afraid. On board Earth's flagship, the Revenant Commander Rail Dorn stood inside the control chamber. Screens surrounded him. Data flowed like rivers. The energy pulsed beneath the floor. He watched the battle in silence. The AI beside him spoke softly, void resistance increasing. Probability of counterattack, 91%. Rail nodded. Let them come. We had no crew, no backup, no help from the Council, but he had fire. And thunder, meanwhile, across the galaxy. Council leaders argued. They're unstable, shouted a Valeri noble. The humans refuse to speak with us, but they're saving planets, replied a Solari scholar. They're fighting. Battles we've already lost. The Draven general slammed a fist into the table. They're not saving us. They're punishing us. And if they turn their weapons on us next, we won't survive it. That fear was real. Earth's warships answered to no one. They appeared, fought, and vanished. They didn't join fleets, didn't follow orders, they didn't care for treaties, and in every battlefield, they left one message behind. Earth returns through fire and thunder. On Naraxes, the battle reached its peak. The darkness opened a swirling mass of black mist and light. Oh! Something huge began to form. A creature made of nothing. It's reaching toward the ships above. But Earth's ships didn't run. They did the opposite. They moved closer. Rail Dorn gave the order. Unleash Hammerfall. One of the smaller Earth ships broke formation and flew into the heart of the shadow. Its engines glowed red. Its hull cracked from pressure. But it kept going inside. No pilot screamed. No one begged. Because the ship itself had become the weapon. It exploded. Not like a normal bomb, but like a miniature sun being born. A fireball expanded through space. Pure energy, blinding, controlled. Creature inside the silence screamed again. Died. The sky cleared. Naraxes was saved. Rail watched quietly. His face calm, his eyes empty. Another voice whispered in his ear, a voice only he could hear. It was the memory of Earth's final day. His wife, his son, his city. Turned to ash while the galaxy looked away. We warned them, the voice said. He nodded. Double quotes. Yes. Now we show them. The next day, Earth ships arrived in the central sector. Dozens of systems watched in fear. Their leaders tried to speak, tried to understand, tried to welcome the humans back. But Rail's message was the same. Short, cold, final. This galaxy left Earth to burn. Now we return to burn away the dark. We are not here to serve. We are not here to obey. We are here to finish what you ran from. And then the fleet jumped again. Gone, whispers spread faster than light. Planets told stories of Earth ships, saving them at the last second. Others spoke of ships appearing just to watch, to scan, to judge. Some council members wanted to join Earth, others wanted to fight them. But no one could deny the truth anymore. The silence had met its match, and Earth was just getting started. Earth had returned, not with peace, not with talks, but with fire. The galaxy finally understood. Humanity wasn't back to forgive. They were back to finish what the stars had started. And this time, they remembered everything 600 years ago, when Earth screamed for help. The Council turned away. Back then, humans were seen as wild, reckless, too emotional. The Council said they had more important wars. They said Earth's cries were unconfirmed. But the truth was simple. They thought humanity would break. They were wrong now. Earth's war fleet moved from system to system, killing the black silence wherever it appeared, saving colonies, destroying anything tainted by the void. But they didn't work with the Council. They didn't speak. They didn't wait. And one day, it attacked a Council base. Not a silence-infected world. Not a battlefield. A base. Fully active. Full of Council ships. Full of generals and commanders, It happened on the planet Javelin 3, a supply world near the warfront. Earth's ships appeared without warning, no messages, no demands, just war. In under 7 minutes, the base was gone. Ships turned to dust. Satellites shattered. No survivors. The message left behind was simple. This base ignored Earth's calls during the fall. This base is erased. Panic tore through the council. This is revenge, screamed one ambassador. There. Out of control? But others stayed quiet, they remembered. Had been there. They had sat in those same council halls centuries ago when Earth begged for help, and they had said no now. Earth remembered too. On board the Revenant, Raildorn watched his next target appear on the screen. Another world. Another name. Another Live from the past. A voice from the ship's AI spoke softly. Confirmed. This colony received Earth's warning transmission during year 3172. Deleted logs. Ignored the call. Rail didn't blink. Mark it. Marked initiating fire protocol. Earth's fleet moved in like a wave of red knives. Lasers cut the sky. Orbital cannons roared. No civilian targets. No random destruction. Just the base. Just the ones who betrayed them. It was war with precision, but also with memory. Council tried to send a diplomat, a small ship, unarmed, flying. A white flag, it reached one of Earth's patrol ships and sent a message. We wish to speak. The galaxy is sorry for its mistakes. For 3 long minutes, there was no reply. Then, the Earth ship returned a short message. So were we. 600 years ago, diplomat's ship was allowed to leave. But nothing changed. Inside the council, a quiet fear began to grow. The black silence was still the main enemy. But now, so was Earth. And Earth didn't just fight with weapons. They fought with reminders. On every world they saved. They left behind giant banners, black flags with glowing red letters. You watched us burn, now we light the sky. Fights alone and never forgets. No gods. No council. Only fire. But not all humans were angry. Some were sad, in hidden chambers deep inside the Sentinel fleet. Earth kept what little remained of its people, the sleepers, frozen humans. Preserved during the last days of the war, Rail visited the chambers often. He walked past the frozen faces. Friends, family, heroes. He touched the glass of one pod, his wife, frozen in time. I'll wake you when it's safe, he whispered, when they deserve peace. One day the AI gave him news. Detected council ships, hundreds of them, moving toward Earth's system. Rail nodded. Prepare the line. When the council arrived at the hidden Earth system, they didn't find weakness. They found walls of thunder. Massive energy storms blocked every path. Giant automated guns stood across asteroid fields. Earth warships sat ready in tight formation, waiting, unshaken. The council sent one final message. Earth, please stand down. Let us face the silence together. Rail's answer was cold. Where was your unity when Earth screamed? Where was your help when our skies turned black? You want us now, but we don't need you. Then he paused, but will. Give you one chance. Follow us. Don't lead. Don't speak. Don't betray. Do that, and maybe we won't burn you too. The council had no choice. They backed away. Earth's system remained untouched, unbroken, burning like a forge. The galaxy realized something that day. Earth had never wanted to rule. Earth had only wanted to be heard. And now that they had found their voice, they would never go quiet again. The galaxy was out of time. The black silence had reached the core worlds. Stars blinked out. Planets vanished. Fleets disappeared without a single message. No weapon stopped it. No shield lasted more than a few seconds. Even the Council's strongest. Warships turned to dust before the dark wave. And yet, one force still stood. Earth Commander Raildorn stood aboard the Revenant. Earth's flagship staring at the death map. Hundreds of red systems marked the spread of the silence. Dozens turned black in real time as whole regions fell. The AI's voice was calm. We estimate full galactic extinction in 13 days. Rail didn't flinch, not while we were still burning. Earth's fleet was now over 1,000. Strong silent warships powered by memory, fury, and fire. Some had no names, just numbers. Others carried the last thoughts of their dead crews inside. Cold machine minds. They had saved planets. They had punished traitors. Now they had one job left: face the heart of the black silence. In the council chamber, all races gathered. For once, no one argued. No one shouted. They all knew. This was the end. The silence is moving faster, said a Valari general. It's feeding on our fear. It grows every time we lose a world. We have no weapons left, whispered a Siluri priest. No plans, no hope. But one Draven warlord stood. There is still one fire in the dark, he said. They all looked at the map, at the one red flame still burning strong. The humans. For the first time in centuries, the council sent a single message. Not a demand. Not a warning. Just a quiet plea. Earth, lead us. Rail read the message. He said nothing, but his AI spoke. The galaxy bows. Rail turned to the window, looking at the distant stars. Let them. But if they follow us, they must be ready to die. And so it began. The last stand across thousands of systems. Every remaining warship gathered. Valari beam cruisers, Korthok shield carriers, Solari stealth frigates, even ancient Draven rammers. But they didn't form a council fleet. They formed Earth's fleet. Raildorn stood at its head, and the galaxy followed behind him, not because they trusted Earth, but because Earth was the only one left unbroken. The enemy waited in Sector 0, a dead zone that once held 10 star systems. It was pure void. Darkness shaped like a wound. The black silence was no longer hiding. It was coming fast. And now it had a shape. A massive form, black as night, wide as a starfield. Tentacles of shadow. Face made of nothing but hunger. It wasn't a storm. It wasn't a force. It was alive. And it remembered Earth. It spoke not with words, but inside the minds of every pilot. You delayed me, you hurt me. You will fall last. Rail's reply was simple. Let's see who breaks first. The battle began. It was not war. It was judgment. The galaxy threw everything it had. Missiles, lasers, matter shredders, black hole cannons. The silence swallowed them all. Dozens of ships vanished in seconds. Valari vessels melted. Korthok carriers turned to dust. The front line collapsed, but Earth held. One by one, Earth warships moved forward. Not fast, not desperate, just steady. They fought like machines, like memories made of fire. When Earth ships were destroyed, they exploded with force-ripping holes. In the silence, every death was a weapon. They were born to die with purpose. Rail led from the front. His ship burned red as it charged. The AI gave updates calmly. Fleet loss, 48%. Void size, shrinking. Victory chance, rising. All Earth systems, still online. Rail didn't smile. He had no joy. Only focus. Only fire. But then, the silence changed. Its core began to open, revealing something inside. Black star, a pulsing heart, living mind of pure void. The source, the beginning of all destruction. It had to be destroyed, and Rail knew what it meant. He opened a direct message to the whole fleet. This is Earth. I'm taking the Revenant. Inside the core, keep fighting. Don't stop. Burn everything behind me. If I don't come back, make sure it dies with me. The fleet didn't argue. No one told him to stop. They just opened the path. Rail's ship, surrounded by fire, dove into the heart of the silence. It vanished. And for a moment, everything paused. The galaxy stopped breathing. Inside the core, it was cold. No light. No stars. Only the shape. The living darkness. The original hunger, it waited. It whispered. Even you will forget who you are. Even you will break. Rail stood in his control chamber, surrounded by red lights. He reached forward, triggered the final command. For Earth, the ship exploded. From within, not in fire, but in light. Memories, lives, names, all of Earth's rage and pain turned into one final strike. The core screamed. The silence cracked, and then it broke. Across the stars, the darkness stopped moving. Ships once trapped were free, planets untouched. Silence went in, and Earth's light shined through the black for the last time. The galaxy was silent, not the silence of death, but the silence. After a storm, the black silence was gone. The core was destroyed, and Earth's fleet, those ancient ships made from fury and pain, had burned a hole through the end of the universe. But one voice no longer answered, Commander Rail Dorn. For 3 days, Earth's warships searched the broken void where the Revenant had vanished. No signal, no wreckage, nothing, only empty space. And a strange warmth, the same. Warmth that comes from a star being born. Rail was gone, but his fire remained across the galaxy. Ships returned home. Colonies lit their skies with red lights in Earth's honor. Entire planets held 1 minute of silence for a world that had once been forgotten, and had now become legend. A world that had come back not as a people, but as a storm. On one council world, a statue was built, a human figure made of black metal, holding a shattered flag and a burning torch. The words at its base were carved in 3. 800 languages. They were alone. They were abandoned. They rose anyway. They lit the stars with fire. We live because Earth remembered. In Earth's hidden system, the sleepers still slept. Men, women, children, frozen for centuries, waiting, and finally someone opened their eyes. Her name was Alara Dorn, Rail's daughter. She stepped out of the pod, confused and weak. Round her, machines turned on. Lights glowed. She saw the AI's message left just for her. The galaxy is safe. Earth fought to the end. Your father led us to the final light. Now it's your world to rebuild. She didn't cry. She stood tall and smiled. Years passed. The galaxy healed. The council was changed, no longer a group of cold diplomats now. Earth held a seat. It's the first seat. And every race in the galaxy learned one thing. Never forget the quiet ones. Never mock the weak. Because Earth had once been both, and still saved them all. But Earth didn't return to politics. They didn't build an empire. They didn't demand revenge. They rebuilt what mattered. Homes, schools, families, the soft things they had lost, and Alara, the new guardian of Earth, gave one rule to every system. You don't need to fear Earth ships. You only need to fear the day Earth goes silent again. Some still whispered stories. They said the Revenant wasn't gone, that in the far edge of the stars, a single red light still moved between galaxies, watching, waiting, protecting others. Said Rail Dorn became more than human in the final strike, that his mind became part of the stars, guiding Earth's ships forever. But no matter what the truth was, one thing remained. Humanity didn't save the galaxy with power. They saved it with memory, with pain, with fire, and even after all the battles were over, even after the last silence was gone, the stars still glowed, a little red dot to remind the galaxy of what had once come through fire and thunder. The galaxy faced oblivion, and Earth answered with war. But when the fire faded, it left behind not ash, but hope. Final message broadcasted to the galaxy. This is Earth. We burned, we begged, we bled. You left us in the dark, but still, we came back. And now that you see the fire we carry, know this, it will never go out.